gentlemen, we have called you together to inform you that we are going to overthrow the United States government.
This is just such a crazy, insane time to be alive. Now, the social engineers know they can't control information anymore. So their biggest hope is that so much comes out that everybody just kind of forgets what happened last. Their whole system is based on the general public having a lack of memory. But let's talk about what came out just this week. And that was just like a bump in the road, and we're supposedly just going to move forward from it and never talk about it again. That the German government placed thousands of children with pedophiles and paid the pedophiles to rape them. That's now just a minor footnote on the show. We probably spent 15 minutes of airtime last week on it because there's so much to cover. And it's in national German television. And Bild and Der Spiegel, their top publications, Berlin authorities placed children with pedophiles for 30 years. DW.com. That's the national TV station that's bigger than ABC News in Germany. If you're a radio listener, look it up. If you're a TV viewer, you're looking at it right now. Now, I could spend the next 2 hours of the broadcast that's left on that alone. And how Alfred Kinsey and all of them said the new family will be the state breeding children to give them to adults who will have sex with them, and that it's a love that is beyond love. You're like, that sounds like psychotic insanity. Yeah, saying men and women don't exist, there's not two genders, and drag queen pedophile story time. This is the corrupt elites bringing us who they are. And you're going to, don't worry, you're going to boost your social credit score when you give your 5-year-old over so the local leftists can have sex with them and ruin their life. This is child sacrifice, folks. Yeah, it goes on to say it wasn't just harmless, but it was empowering for the children the German government believed to be taken from their biological parents, particularly Christians. They took children, I was reading the files this weekend, from what they call Christian cults. Just hardcore, Christians that say the government's evil and corrupt and we need to get with God. And they took them and they gave them to people to pay them to have sex with them and create the love, the NAMBLA, the North American Man-Boy Love Association. So that's what all this, and now it's official, and the files are public. And they went, oh, by the way, it wasn't just Berlin. It was all the German cities in Western Germany at the time. And they were only following the UN directive of UNESCO to have sex with children. Why do you think Nickelodeon promotes sex with children? Why do you think all the news does? Why do you think, oh, LBGT, we don't just want to get married now. We want to talk to your 5-year-old about sex. Because above it all, not the average gay person or whatever, but above that movement is the pedophiles who want the energy of children. So you didn't understand that Seventh-day Adventists and Jehovah's Witnesses had their children taken by the government of Germany and given to men to rape little girls and boys as young as 5. This is official. And you're like, why would they take Christian children? Because that's the ultimate horror, to come take their children, because these are paranoid Christians that think the state's evil, and give them to men that stick their penis into them. And I'm not trying to be gross saying that word. That's what this is. Remember, the radical Christian groups think the Antichrist is taking over, and thinks the Antichrist wants a world government, and thinks the Antichrist wants to enslave you and take your children. So you're crazy because you think that, so we're going to take your child, make them homeless, and give them to a pedophile and officially sanction sex with them. Oh, and guess what? Once the child's broken and into it, under Stockholm Syndrome, it's in the German documents. It's all Alfred Kinsey stuff. The U.S. trained them how to do it. Once they've done that, they then, of course, have a brothel, and they run the children for the ministers to come have sex with them. And again, it's not about sex. It's not about sex, Gary. It's about power over the child and wrecking their future and ruining them and drinking their essence. Because they're supposed to write notes in class when they're in 3rd grade to a girl, and, you know, maybe in 5th grade kiss a girl or kiss a boy behind the school, and then they're supposed to go on a date when they're 14, and they're supposed to, you know, carve their initials when they're 16 in the tree. None of that's happening because they're busy at parties with Democrats and liberals and communists in tortured sex orgies, and it turns out a lot of them get HIV, so they also kill them. You see, so that's how this works. And that's why Google and Twitter and Facebook want us off, because they're run by pedophiles. In fact, they're all run by children who were abused by their parents. And they talk about this. They say once the child knows the love of the new family, it's who you have sex with. It's not your mother or father takes care of you and loves you and teaches you, and they're a genetic line of all these ancestors going, no, no, no. It's who you're given to, and the love is sex. And then they go out and recruit more children because now the love in their loving family is taken, and now they're a social worker, and they come take your child to go have sex with them. Now, see, now you see, it's all out. The whole German government designed to rape your children.
Gentlemen, we have called you together to inform you that we are going to overthrow the United States government. Do you still think that jet fuel brought down the World Trade Center? Does anybody else see a problem here? If the government has nothing to hide, why are they so afraid to answer a few questions? This story does not add up.